away. Set feet. Bang.
What game is this? This is incredible. Hook. Delightful. Wow. Too strong.
Now Melbourne goes, and Melbourne gets the bucket. Circus basketball to roof.
Cole. Yes.
Round 6 of the Signet WNBL continues in the Harbour City between two of the league's most entertaining teams. The Perth Lynx, well, they've had a blistering start to their season, but a gallant loss to Bendigo off the back of a six-match winning streak, an early reality check for Ryan Petrick's side. They'll be smarting and keen to bounce back, but it'll be no easy task against the Sydney Flames, who showed last week just how powerful and dominant they can be on their home floor with a big win over Geelong United. We're feeling festive at the Quaycentre in Sydney as the Flames host the Lynx on a Saturday night. Hello and welcome, wherever you're watching around the planet, to WNBL action on 9 Now. Ben Mortiworth with you alongside WNBL champion and Southside Flyers star Alice Coonan. Alice, welcome back to the commentary box, and we've got two high-octane, entertaining teams for us tonight.
Thanks, Ben. It's really exciting to be back here, and what a great game we have ahead of us. They are two really exciting teams. They like to get out and play in transition. They shoot the ball with confidence, and we know that Perth will be looking to bounce back tonight. Let's
have a look at the ladder to start with and put some context around this game. You mentioned Perth keen to bounce back, losing to Bendigo the other night, just their second loss of the season. They've been in terrific form so far. The Flames, well, they got back on the winners list last week with a win over Geelong United. These are the results so far in round 6, and we mentioned Perth in particular, how they went a couple of nights ago against the Bendigo Spirit, held to just the 66 points as Bendigo notched up another victory. They are a dominant force so far. And we won't talk too much about last night's result between the Flyers and the Adelaide Lightning, but good on the Adelaide Lightning for getting a rare win this season, 97-71 win over the Southside Flyers. But let's take a look at the Sydney Flyers. But let's take a look at the Sydney Flames first, Alice. And in particular, they'll be keen to go back-to-back wins after, a string of losses to start their season.
Yeah, they had a huge win against Geelong United. They had a 35-point win. They've had a full week to be back on the training track to get ready for this game. We know they're playing with a lot of confidence. Shanice Swain's playing with huge confidence. Kayla George is doing Kayla George things, which is great. And their import's really coming along well as well. Yeah,
let's talk about Shanice Swain in particular. They had the 25 points last week against Geelong United. She's in some hot form at the moment, and she's pretty hard to stop when she's in this mode.
Yeah, she is. She shoots the ball with such confidence. She's long, she's rangy, and she's a really good passer as well. And I think the key to stop her for Perth Lynx is you've really got to find her in transition. Yep. She's got great range on the three-point line. She shoots it with confidence, just like we said. And that's what Sydney Flames need. They need her to play that way.
She's had at least 25 points in 3 of her past 4 games, Shanice Swain. As we turn our attention to the Perth Lynx, and a loss to Bendigo a couple of nights ago, just held to the 66 points. They travel across the Nullarbor to Sydney as well. They'll be smarting. They'll be keen to bounce back, Alice.
They will, and it is a big travel, Perth to Sydney. I have done that trip, and they will be without Alex Chibatoni, who actually got married today. So congratulations, Alex. We hope you're not watching this game. But another inclusion, they've got Amy Atwell back into the lineup. She's probably still on limited minutes or still trying to find her way back into the game. But we know she'll be a really integral part of this team moving forward, and she'll be wanting to find her confidence. And a huge person right there who's really playing with confidence is Mila Soa.
Yeah, Mila Soa is in outstanding form in particular. Some would
and she does. She fits this system really well, and it's good to see her playing with such great confidence this season.
How about that? We've got right next to her at the tip there, we've got Mila Soa and Shanice Swain. Daryl Millard, Nathan Paff and Michelle Cozier, your referees tonight at the Quaycentre. It's Saturday night hoops. 2 entertaining, high-scoring teams going head-to-head. The Perth Lynx looking to bounce back after a loss to Bendigo a couple of nights ago. Sydney keen to string Back-to-back wins together. These two teams met only a fortnight ago, Perth winning by 6 points on that occasion. But the Sydney Flames have a win up their sleeve now, and they'll be keen to start well here, and they get a good start with Kayla George winning the tip and getting us underway. Second v fifth at the Quaycentre. Great to have your company wherever you're watching. How about the hands of Ruth to George to get scoring underway?
That's a great high-low action by Michaela Ruth to Kayla George, and I was able to play with Michaela last year, and she's such a great passer. Yeah. She reads the game so well, so that's a really great start for the Sydney Flames.
Soa involved early. And me here gets to the rack, gets two, and will head to the line for an extra.
And her productivity for this team has been really efficient. She's able to get down in transition. She takes the right shot. You don't have to run a lot for her. She doesn't do too much with the ball, but she always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So that's a great start for her.
You're right about her taking the right shot. She's going at 56% from the field so far this year. That is a missed free throw, though. She's only going 55% from the free throw line, though. So that's an area of improvement for Ami here. In the meantime, Emma Clark is all by herself. Couldn't get one to go against her own team. Couldn't quite grab the long offensive rebound. Ami here, getting into the key. Oh, and she was almost denied by Clark. Foul is called. But once she gets in the lane as well, she's very, very hard to guard. Tisha Ami here. As we mentioned, just a 55% free throw shooter, but 7 times this season the American international has hit 10 or more points in a game.
Yeah, she's been really efficient for this team, and she does it with great confidence as well. And it can be hard coming as an import to the league, especially to a team like Perth. Unfortunately, she misses those 2 free throws there, but Perth play with such pace, so it can be a little bit frenetic if you're a big man to try and get involved in that, but she really finds her moments quite well.
George steps back, hits the triple. Kayla G with an early 3.
And that's a great find by Taylor there. She realised, she just did a nice little hesitation, and Kayla George popped out, so that was a great 3.
Maley at the other end, trying to capitalise. No can do, but Ali Wilson doing what she does best from long range. And we've got an early glimpse of how this game might play out stylistically.
Well, we know both these teams shoot a lot of threes, Ben. They like to get out in transition. They like to shoot the 3 balls. Kayla George goes for another one. But that's the way both teams like to play. They like to play quick in the first 8 seconds of offense. And as we see Mila shoot a very early 3-point shot there, but that's what both these teams want.
Oh my goodness, we've seen so many 3-point attempts early stages. It's a glimpse of what we might see for the rest of the night. Ami here doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but she nails this one from deep.
It's a great start by Ami here.
That was just her 10th 3-point attempt of the season, but she hits her 4th 3-pointer. High octane start here as Ruth pulls the trigger and can't get it to go. Ali Wilson in game 234 in the WNBL. Ami here into the lane. Good defense from Kayla George.
And talking about Ali Wilson, she's been such a premier player in this league, and she's still so young and has so much ahead of her as Ruth gets called for the travel. But I think Ali Wilson into this Perth Lynx lineup is just such a great fit. She moves the ball, she plays with pace, she's able to get downhill, and she shoots the 3-ball really well. So full credit to her, and it's great to see her doing her thing.
She told Craig O'Donoghue at the West Australian earlier this season that she'd always admired the way the Lynx have played in her time in the WNBL. She said, I think it suits me down to the ground as a player, and it lets me off the leash a little bit. And that's a scary thought. Ali Wilson off the leash in full strength. Maley misses that attempt. George brings it away. Ruth for Swain. Kind of closer there by Soa. Beautiful pass from Swain inside for George. Missed the 2. They have an opportunity. Do the Flames, although Maley read it superbly and won it back for Perth. And then gets it back. Soa can't get the 3 to go, and Swain with the long rebound. Up and back basketball early as Taylor has her first 3-point attempt and can't get it to drop. And Gorman getting the start again with Amy Atwell coming off the bench.
Yeah, and both teams just really pushing the ball and finding that 3-point shot early. Wilson, this is another one there. But I think these teams now need to settle into their offense. They've had a few shots. They've had a few looks at the 3 ball. Now it's time to get the ball through hands and make the defense work and find good shots.
And me here trying to get that good shot underneath the rack. Soa gets the mid-range 2 to go. In hot form, Mila Soa in recent weeks. But at the other end, the Flames get the quick response.
And that's one thing about shooting all the threes is long rebounds generally. So both teams really need to block out and secure the ball. Just like this, giving up an offensive rebound. You've got to find your man. You've got to turn and find your man. You can't look at the ball. So both teams, because they do shoot so many threes, they really need to be aware. And that's a great find by Shanice Swain to Kayla George.
Somehow George was left alone underneath the ring. And that's Kayla George's bread and butter. A terrific season. He's the Olympic medalist. Soa drives aggressively inside, fades away and falling well short. Well played Emma Clark underneath the rack. Beautiful lob from Swain. Taylor, though, runs into the crowd. Can't keep it in. 5-on-4 here in favour of the Lynx as Wilson gets to work. Soa is all alone. Can't hit the 3.
I feel like I'm watching a track meet.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like that. It's a bit like that at the early stages. It's a case of both teams going fire with fire at the moment.
And this can be a little bit of a trap that Perth wants you to get to play into. They want you to play quick as well. They want to go up and down the floor. And Sydney can really settle this and get back the momentum in this game here.
Swain well held so far, and she turns the ball over. Links to Wilson. Good luck catching Ali Wilson, although she was going too quick there. The hardest shot in basketball claims another as George pulls up. Can't get that one to go, and Gorman doing a good job off the glass early stages. Atwell on the floor for Perth.
We see Atwell and Finch Hoycart check into this game. We both know how good as shooters they are for the Perth Lynx, but I think it's just time to maybe get the ball through some hands as Atwell misses one there and just move the ball from side to side and get some really clean offensive looks.
Atwell played her first game a couple of nights ago, just played the 17 minutes off the bench, so she'll be warmed into it as Swain is all net from the free throw line.
And it's really great to see Amy coming back, and you know she had that little bit of a knee injury, but she's had a great off-season and Olympic medalist in Paris, so it's great to see Amy Atwell back out there playing and hopefully rolling on from the last season that she had.
First time out called here at the Quaycentre. Opportunity to remind you to stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank.
We love Signet. We actually got these new pink ones this season.
Did you really?
Yeah, I really like them. They're cute and they're pink. I love them. So shout out to Signet.
Doing a great job with the WNBL for the past couple of seasons. So early time out here, midway through this opening quarter, 4 minutes 30 left on the game clock. Just having some issues with the live stats, I think, at the moment as well. But, that's the scoreline for you at the moment with 4.5 minutes to play. And Kayla George taking in some deep breaths. I think we all need to take some deep breaths, Alice, because I think, as we predicted, a lot of up and back stuff at the moment.
Yeah, and I think this will really play in the favour of the Flames. They've had a week off. They haven't had to travel. It'll be interesting to see how long Perth can keep this pace up. We know they love to play with that pace and shoot the ball really early in transition, but that's when they might need to slow the game down because, you know, you've got 40 minutes of basketball. They played 3 nights ago. They've travelled across the country, so heavy legs will probably start to set in.
If it is a shootout as well, that'll probably suit the Lynx. We know how much they love fire against fire. The Bendigo Spirit able to restrict them to 66 points, which is nearly 20 points less than their total season average so far. Gorman gets to work. Great defense on that occasion from the Flames, and it came through Kalia, who's just checked in for the first time. Also working with Pittman. Coming off the bench. Brancatisano also seeing some court time. Pittman, lovely move inside, gets around Maley. That's an excellent move from Carla Pittman.
And she's been great off the bench for the Sydney Flames. She's a young player, but she plays with such confidence. And what a luxury it is Swain goes for an easy 2. To have someone like Pittman, she plays really good defense, she stretches the floor, she can shoot the 3, but she's also smart and reads the game.
Lovely steal there from Swain, who'd been well held early. That might get her confidence up and going. Gorman pulls up from the free throw line, too deep, but strong rebound from Matt Clinch-Hoycard. Gorman pulls the trigger and knocks it down. How about that for confidence?
And we see that Sydney have just really upped their intensity on the defensive end. They're really forcing them to take tough shots, but I think George got a bit unlucky to not get that push in the backcourt. That's where you really got to block out.
George was waiting for it from the baseline, but Pittman amongst the scorers again.
And she's moving into that high post action, so that must be something that Sydney Flames are really trying to target. So every time they go on that second side as Wilson goes for a tough finish, they're going for that second side pick and roll, but Carla Pittman is coming up to that high elbow, so it's really hard to guard. As we see on the replay here, Ali Wilson with the nice behind the back, getting downhill.
Averaging the 14 points per game this season, Ali Wilson. 7 times she's hit 10 or more points. And the last time these two sides met, she hit 19 points and went at 64% from the field. When that move was made over the off-season, that saw Ali Wilson join the Perth Lynx. I think a lot of people in the league were pretty excited to see how she'd go. Morell checks in and immediately makes an impact and gets the 2 points.
And that's where Sydney have just got to be better. That's 2 offensive rebounds in a row, and especially off a free throw. That's an absolute coach killer. I can't imagine Guy Malloy would be too impressed by that one.
Kalia for Pittman, who goes in, hits the 2, ahead of the line for an extra. Carla Pittman making a statement early stages.
And she's playing the 4 spot. They're playing some really small ball. So here we see her setting the pick. She rolls out of it, and she does that nice finish up and under. But they're playing some real small ball, Sydney. They're trying to match what Perth have got there out there on the small ball.
Great start for Carla Pittman off the bench. Hits her 3rd field goal and is all oxygen on the free throw attempt. Don't see that too often.
Must have opened a window in Sydney.
Must have. Well, she was 6 of 6 from the free throw line this season prior to that. Her only blemish so far tonight. Hot start off the pile. Soa guarded closely by Kalia. Clinch-Hoycard, Atwell, Morell. In the 5 at the moment, hands off for Soa. That's a tough shot. And she, in the end, doesn't get it to go. Kayla George caught one as that was getting, the shot was being put up. So offensive foul is the call. The worse for wear, Kayla G. Let's have a look on replay. Just that left arm coming out late. You be the judge at home. Kalia will bring the ball into the front court. Beautiful pass again for Pittman. Those two have combined pretty well early stages. That one didn't quite come off.
I think she had a little bit more time. She might have seen Swain lifting up on that pick and roll because the backside help was helping. So and that's just probably that's a nice stop there. Nearly. If Swain had lifted up, she would have had that 3-ball kick back, and that's something as a young guard. You've just got to learn that development, and you keep learning and growing.
Really stepped up Steph Gorman in the absence of Amy Atwell so far this season. We're seeing a glimpse of that tonight. Brand Catasano for Pittman, for Kayla George. Draws in Morell and goes in. Can't get the 2 to go. Gets her own rebound and will head to the line to shoot 2.
And talk about Steph Gorman. She shoots the 3-ball with such confidence, and she's a great defender for this Perth Lynx team. So generally, and as we see Kayla George with the nice layup, and then she gets the putback rebound. But Steph she has that defensive assignment most games on one of the toughest players, and she's a really tough defender, and we know how lights out shooting she can be.
Kayla George at the line in game number 358 in the WNBL.
That's amazing. Congrats, Kayla.
She's having another terrific season. Hits both free throws, so she's now 17 of 19 from the free throw line this season. She takes a seat. And Yamaya Morris checks in for the first time, and she has been in promising form in recent weeks off the bench.
Yeah, she had 14 and 10 last game against Geelong, and we see her, she is a shot blocker. She blocks a shot right there. And it just sometimes takes imports a little bit of time to get their feet in this league and find out where they fit. But if they can get her flowing off the bench nicely, it's going to be really great for the Sydney Flames team.
Brancatisano for Swain. Nice connection there, falling short off the reverse. So 70 seconds remaining in this first quarter as Clinch Hoycard misses the three ball. And the three-point shots and the hits in particular have dried up for Perth, and Sydney have taken full advantage. Swain, a deep two and a good two.
Yeah, it's a nice look by Swain. She was able to snake the pick and roll. She just looked to see where the defense, no one came to her. She was able to hit that easy mid-range.
Flames on a good run here, 23-16 lead. Into the final minute. Ami here is called for the offensive foul.
Isa Brancatisano read that quite well. They switched the pick and roll there, and she was able to just stay in front of Amihe. So great defense by Isa there.
Great story, Isabella Brancatisano. Here's a look on replay. Tough player. Really earned her stripes in NBL 1 competition and forced away into a contract. As Taylor in the end, no one came at her. Morris trying to rebound, but there was a hold in there. And Morris is called for the foul.
Morris unlucky to get that foul, but that's something that she can continue to bring to this Sydney Flames lineup, is getting on the offensive glass, getting blocks down the other end. That'll keep building her confidence and keep Guy Malloy to keep putting her on the floor and keeping her on the floor.
So the Flames have gone into the bonus. There'll be free throws coming up for Ami here. As coach, we just saw Coach Ryan Petrick on screen before, his 5th season as Perth Lynx head coach. Done a fantastic job with his team in the past few years. That's 0 of 4 for Ami here from the line so far in this game. So pressure's starting to build. And finally gets one to go. And much needed points as well for Perth with 30 seconds left.
And foul shots are so crucial, especially late games, when the game's really on the line. That's when you notice the free throws, and Ruth was lucky enough to get away with the double dribble there.
The press from the Lynx doing pretty well, but Swain going baseline, lobbing it up, can't get it to go. No shot clock left. Ami here with the basketball. Perth can have the final shot of the quarter. It's Soa. It's free! Mila Soa with a much-needed long-range bucket on the stroke of quarter time and gives Perth some momentum heading into the break. It's the Sydney Flames 23, Perth 20, quarter time here at the Quaycentre.
Flames fans, I've been loving your cheering. I can hear you in the stands. I'm going to put you to a test now. It's going to be kids versus parents. All thanks to Sydney, who keeps our players powered on and off the court and gets you powered up in the stands. So Alexis, you are going to be cheering for the kids. Do you think kids are going to be louder than parents? Yes. All right, we've got Gary, who's the dad. Gary, do you think parents are going to be louder than kids?
Parents can definitely.
All right, we love Gary's attitude. So with that note, if you're an adult, if you are a parent, you're cheering with Gary. Gary, we're going to count you in. Stand here for us. Give us everything you've got. Cheering with Gary, if you're an adult and parent. In 3, 2, 1, go! All right, Gary, coming over the mic.
Welcome back to the Quaycentre. It's quarter time between the Sydney Flames and the Perth Lynx. It's a 23-20 lead in favour of the Sydney Flames. Ben Waterworth with you alongside WNBL champ and Southside Flyer star Alice Kunek. And Alice, it started high octane as we expected. Lots of three-point shots being put up by both teams in the end. But as the quarter went on, Sydney seemed to settle first in the contest.
Yeah, and we knew it was going to be a really quick start for both teams. They want to get out and play in transition. But I think the team that can settle is most likely going to win this game, and they can play at their pace. You don't want to play at the pace that the Perth Lynx play out all the time. They're up shooting a lot of threes. So if they can get them into that half-court game, that's going to go a long way to winning this game for them.
Great to have a company wherever you're watching WNBL action. Gorman in and out. Unlucky roll for the much improved Perth Lynx player. Swain, Ruth, Clark, Swain, all being shared around. 10 seconds left on the shot clock here. Taylor lobs it in for George. Calls for movement. Passes it off for Swain, who puts it up and can't get it to go. Maley, quintessentially bringing down the rebound. Meehere's been busy, as has Gorman. Waits, having some time on the floor early. Soa and Meehere. Perth Lynx sharing it around. Gorman pulls the trigger, can't get it to go. Big rebound from Taylor.
And both teams are just switching pretty much every single screen, as we see here. So if there is a lot of mismatches, and that's something that the Sydney Flames need to look to exploit.
There's Ruth v. Soa there as Clark finds Swain, who's in hot three-point form in recent weeks.
And she's just shooting the ball with so much confidence. And when she has her feet set like that, she's so tough to guard. As Gorman turns the ball over.
And Taylor can run onto it and give Clark two.
Way to stay in the possession there from Celeste Taylor. I think Perth thought that the play was over, but way to stay in that, she was able to give Clark an easy two there.
Looks like I thought it was going to roll out of bounds, but it was nowhere near the line. Soa misses an easy two, and it is all the Flames. There's a bit to think about for Ryan Petrick here. Flames having a good run here across the past 7 minutes of action. Taylor puts it up, well off target. George brings it down. That is Kayla George at her best. Couldn't quite get the offensive rebound, but Clark again is on the end to pick up the crumbs. Timeout called, and a much needed one for the Perth Lynx.
And that's what's really hard when you are switching a smaller guard onto a bigger player like Kayla George, is if the shot does go up, the smaller player is out of the rebounding position. So great job by Kayla George to stay in the possession and was able to give Emma Clark another easy two. But that's the adjustment the Perth Lynx are going to have to really make moving forward.
Timeout called. Make sure you're following all the live action of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team info, player info, and much, much more. Download it from the App Store today. So if you're Ryan Petrick at the moment, Alice, what's at the top of your whiteboard, or the top of the must-fix list? Because in the blink of an eye, it's already out to a 10-point differential.
Look, I think the easy one here for me is blocking out. And that's an effort thing. We know they are really great rebounders. Arnolie's a great rebounder. Amirhay, Ali, they can all get on the defensive glass, but they've got to block out and run. And then conversely down the other end, just keep moving the ball through your hands, set good screens. Try and get Kayla out of the key. Try and move her out because she's such a big presence. And then you're going to get those better looks and you're going to shoot at a high percentage and be more productive in your offense.
So a bit to think about for Ryan Petrick. Let's see what they can do out of this timeout.
And Ali Wilson has come back into the game in that point guard spot. So we know she is going to settle the ship a little bit as they go into a Spanish pick and roll. Kayla George switching out onto Amy Atwell there.
And Meehere took a few steps. Offensive foul is called. She can't believe it. She argues her case.
That's her second offensive foul. She's really going to have to look after that third foul. That's the second time she's had that. So that's the adjustment that she's going to have to make.
Looking replay. Closely by Swain. And Swain with the Spalding. Meehere picks it off. Good response from the American International. Maley, the mid-range two drops. Much needed bucket for Perth.
That's a great response by Amirhay. She didn't fight fire with fire. She just got the steal and she was able to get her team another easy two.
Swain with a no-look out to Clark, who, with aggression, takes on Maley and gets the lucky roll. Great play, Emma Clark.
And Emma's really starting to find her feet in this Sydney lineup. She did miss a few games at the start of the season as Amy Atwell lets one fly. You just can't go under on Amy Atwell. She's such a great shooter. You've got to go over every single screen.
Amy Atwell was 0 of 3 from three-point land in her previous game as Ruth misses her first three-pointer of the season, and it was perfection. All nylon from Atwell. Can that spark her? Can that spark the Lynx? Maley. Waits, has a look from the corner. Knocks it down.
And the ball's just moving from side to side for the Perth Lynx, and they're getting the ball through hands, and they're just getting much cleaner looks.
Kiara Waite, that's 3 of 3 from 3 so far this season. Keeps her perfect record from deep open. Clark with a little right off the hand. Waite brings down the rebound. Hard to believe Kiara Waite is 17 years of age. What a splash she made during the off-season. Atwell misses the 3. She's got a taste. Clark played a big second quarter, lost control, good defense from Waite. Ruth, Taylor, Swain gets the screen from Taylor. Now Ruth, the Flames constantly moving the ball, but Swain with the rush 3 attempt in the end, and Atwell brings down the rebound. Five minutes 45 left in this quarter. Ami here left all alone for 3. Well off target.
And Sydney were lucky there. They just had a defensive breakdown. Both players went to the cutter and left Amir open. They were lucky to get away with that one.
Ruth, beautiful pass to Taylor. Taylor can't quite get the 2 to go, but Kayla George almost lackadaisically picked it up the offensive rebound and put it back up. Didn't quite drop for Kayla George. She is looking dangerous. Has to be said. Atwell steps back, falling well short.
And that's where Michaela Ruth is so deadly on that elbow spot as Swain lets one fly.
Speaking of deadly, Shanice Swain, all nylon from deep, knocks it down. When she's been in hot three-point form in a game this season, she's put up some big digits. Wait for Ami here, and underneath, just even the easy 2 not going for the American. Swain was hoping to cut through there to Taylor with the pass, but Atwell read it well. She's having some extended minutes on the floor now in this second quarter. Wilson for Atwell. Stepped out of bounds.
Probably a little bit of a help that Amy stepped out of bounds there. Both teams looking a little bit tired. They've gotten up the floor. Nearly every single possession they're flying the floor, and as we see, Perth Lynx made some subs there, or a timeout. But that's when you've got to find that leadership, and you've got to realise that we've had a few quick early shots, and that's where we've got to get the ball through hands, set a play, make Sydney play defence.
Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport, who are 100% committed to delivering excellence in their field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. For more information, head to ctmsport.com.au. So the Lynx have been able to cut the margin somewhat down to 7 points. It was as much as 10 in early stages of this second quarter. But you mentioned Ali Wilson coming back into the game. Allison playing that point guard role. Atwell starting to get more minutes as well. Just the presence of those 2 players has potentially had a bit of a significant impact on Perth, maybe stemming the Flames' momentum.
Yeah, and Ali Wilson is such a great point guard. She's able to score, but she also knows to get the ball through players' hands. She moves the ball really quickly and she's able to get downhill. So it's just steadied the ship a little bit there for the Perth Lynx. Now they've just got to string together 2, 3 or more stops in a row and then get out in transition and keep playing their game.
Fascinating to see how they fare in the back half of this game. The Perth Lynx, as Alice mentioned a couple of nights ago, played a game in Perth, and a tough game in Perth as well at that.
And Perth have just come out in a press here,
Yep.
so they've gone from a press almost to a zone.
And Kayla George finds an opening and finds the bottom of the net for 2. Soa, Finch-Hoykard didn't put it up. Wilson did put it up, couldn't get it to go. An easy rebound for George. Clark trying to cut baseline. Read by the Perth defense. Kalia, and that's even better reading from Wilson. on the fast break rather, gets the 2.
And Ali Wilson does that so well. She's so athletic and so quick off her first step. She's able to read the play really well and get a great steal.
Brancatisano missing free, and that was a tough rebound contest there between Brancatisano and Gorman. All smiles, though, for both players.
Yeah, Isa knew that she had missed that shot short, and she went to go in for the offensive rebound. And it was a good contest. It was the right thing. And as we see Ali Wilson down the other end, she's just so deadly in the open court. And she got our team last week on a few of those steals. She reads the play so well.
13th WNBL season for Ali Wilson. Seemingly getting better with every game she plays still. Soa takes on Pittman.
Good defense by Pittman there.
Took a step too far. Mila Soa and Carla Pittman continuing her strong game at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and she plays with such wealth of experience. It looks like she plays older than what she actually is. She was strong there. She stayed vertical and she led that turnover.
20 years of age. Carla Pittman playing some great minutes for the Flames this season. Kalia swings it out to Pittman. Takes on a couple of Lynx players. Kicks it out for George from the corner.
And that's a great find and a great peel out by Kayla George.
Pittman playing some sort of game for the Flames. Wilson gets rid of her opponent and comes up with the perfect response. Kalia works her way inside and will head to the line to shoot a couple.
And what's so impressive about Pittman is she's playing super undersized in the 4 spot. I don't know her height, but she doesn't look that tall. So she's playing in that 4 position as we see Kalia go downhill. And she's providing some really great minutes for the Sydney Flames.
Cherie Kalia going to the line. In game number 46, her 5th WNBL season. She's now with that free throw 5 of 6 from the charity stripe so far. There's the definition of the commentator's curse on display there. 5 of 7. 9-point lead here for Sydney, 2.5 left to play in the second quarter. And Me here, guarded here by George. Goes to work, hooks, can't get it to go. Hasn't been her shooting night since the opening minutes of this contest. Clark gets the screen from George. Regains control, threw it away. Behind the back goes Soa. Takes on 2. Jump ball called.
And that's great help by Kalia there. She read the play really well. She saw that she went behind the back and she was able to just keep her hands in and stay strong on the ball.
Again, well played Pittman as well. Carla Pittman just 180 centimetres as well.
Playing very undersized in the 4 position.
Timeout called. Flames still holding this 41-33 lead. 4 dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Aussie Hoops to the WNBL. We've been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game.
Yeah, they are.
So a 9-point lead, 8-point lead rather, for the Sydney Flames. An important 2 minutes coming up here, in particular for the Lynx. It's been an arm wrestle, I suppose, Alice, in the last 5 minutes, but if they can cut that lead, get a couple of stops in the last 2 minutes, that'll give them some momentum heading into half-time.
Yeah, and Guy Malloy will be really happy with the way his team's played. They've kept Perth to 33, and if they can keep them in the next couple of minutes under that 40-point margin, the next 2 minutes, or even less, you know, that'll go a long way for them. But he'd be really happy the way they've moved the ball. But Perth, conversely, they've had good looks, and that's the thing. When Perth are on, when you're playing in Perth, those looks are down. So they've got to be really aware that the next half of basketball, they don't give them those good looks.
When Kayla George scored a few minutes ago, there's a big cheer around the stadium. That's because Kayla George became the 4th player in league history to reach 5,000 career points in the WNBL. That is a tremendous achievement for a star player who's still playing so well. Pittman Back out for George, for Swain. Running out of time. 3 seconds to shoot here. Pittman's got a look for 3. Can't get it to go. Clark gets the rebound. Gets the 2. What a second quarter from Emma Clark.
And that was a great offensive rebound by Emma Clark, way to stay in the play. But what I loved about that before that offensive rebound was the ball movement of the Sydney Flames. We see here, Pittman shoots the shot, but before that, I think they had nearly 4, 5, 6 passes. They kept moving the ball to get that right shot, and Emma Clark staying on the glass.
Bench absolutely pumped, and rightly so. Now, Emma Clark, a 33% free throw shooter so far this season, completes the three-point play on this occasion. Game high 11-point lead for Sydney. Great performance from the Flames, taking it up to the second place team on the ladder. Wilson loses her footing, keeps control of the ball though. Ami here, still going, goes herself and gets 2.
And Amir here is so good at that up and under. She likes to always go back to that left hand. And that was great defense for the majority for Kayla, but she just needed to stay. She always wants to try and get that player up, as we see here. She just wants to get her arms up, and then she crosses over to that left hand.
Composure, good patience shown by Ami here. She takes a seat with 78 seconds remaining in this half. It's been promising in this second quarter that we've seen the likes of Pittman, Kalia and Clark all stepping up for the Flames. And Katasano also playing some important minutes. George, no one came at her. Thought about putting up the long range 2. Clark with 5 to shoot. Fading away.
Good defense by Annalie Maley there, and Wilson able to get the rebound and get on the break.
Important stop there. Gorman pulls the trigger. Oh my word. Long 3 from Steph Gorman.
They just shoot the ball with so much confidence in the first 8 seconds. That's when they're so deadly. That's when you've got to find them, and that's when they're at their best.
Now the handles from Shanice Swain. That is pretty. Can't get the 3 to go. Great determination and desperation from Pittman. Gives them a fresh 14 seconds to work with. It's about 14 differential between game clock and shot clock. 3 to shoot here. Pittman finds a way through and floats it in.
Great energy and effort by Pittman there. She was able to get the offensive rebound and then finish it off. She read the defense well, and she was able to turn the corner and get the easy 2.
7 seconds here for Wilson. Steps back, must hit 3, hits it again. So for the second consecutive time, unless Swain hits the miracle, well off target, Perth get a buzzer beater right near that buzzer. And they go in with some confidence and momentum in a half time. It's the Sydney Flames 46, leading the Perth Lynx 41 here at the major break at the Quaycentre. We'll take a short break and be back with some half-time analysis with Alice Kunak on the other side of this from Harbour City.
I've always been told that good things come to those who wait.
Well, I've put in the work, and I'm ready.
What a finish!
Ready to hold that trophy at the end of the season.
Forget waiting. The future is here.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off.
Wow, it's LJ the GOAT.
There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business.
Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
For a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more episode before bed. Pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight.
So we're here for the AIS camp, which is part of the She Hoops Leadership and Confidence Scholarship.
This program is a culmination of a few different things.
10-week course, so 5 mentoring sessions for the Australian players and 5 EQ Mind sessions.
For them to become officials, to become coaches or administrators or leaders in the sport.
She Hoops is an organisation that is just all about empowering women in basketball, and I think being immersed in this environment is really cool.
So Celebrating 50 years of sneakers?
Get closer to the game with the free WNBL app.
Clark with the and one.
Check out the fixture and grab your tickets.
What a finish to the third quarter.
Catch game highlights. Stay connected to your favourite player or team. And follow live game stats. Anytime, anywhere.
Cole, Clark's 2 more.
The WNBL app is where it's at. Download now.
For a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more episode before bed, pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight.
And just did reduce the margin back to 5 points at the major break. Kayla George with 16 points, Swain 12, and then 12 for Ali Wilson as well for the Sydney Flames. We'll take another break here from Sydney, and on our way to the break, let's look back at last round and check out the top 5 plays in the WNBL.
Now I'd like to see some actions going into the key.
Here took her off the dribble. Count it, Letitia here to the line.
What a move.
Flips it up and flips it in. Might have been Abby Ellis, I apologise. Tough take.
Great, oh my word, can you believe what we just saw? Reverse layup at pace. Who feeds Burton. The moves on display from Veronica Burton. She's in some serious scintillating form.
Loose pass, turnover. They gave it right back Adelaide. Mansfield from the wing, off back iron. Woods up, under, count the points. Bondi Woods, the hero in Adelaide, and the Townsville Fire. Highway robbery.
Whoa. Whoa, now if that's not fashion, I don't know what is. Can I hear you say whoop whoop? That's it. Whoa, look at this bit. Super styling. Of course, it's none other than Shanice Swain. Rocking the look. Looking fresh. Ooh, do we like this bit? Let me hear you cheer for this bit. Yeah, Sydney. Oh, what do we think? Chic stylist, matching co-op. I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, we like it. I feel like it, yeah. Oh, the denim skirt. Piper Anderson rocking the denim skirt. It's timeless. Do you think it's timeless? Yeah. Here we go. Double bag. Who doesn't want a double bag? So cool. Oh, and can we have a moment for the Crocs on the screen? If you think Crocs are playing, make noise now. If you think Crocs are lame, make noise now. I can't tell. Do we think they're lame? Lame. It's a tie. It's a tie. And what do we think of these outfits? I think they're lame. And some of you have already seen it, but make sure you look out for a man in a red suit. Well, talking about Santa, not the Lynx coach. That's right, Santa is in the house, so keep your eyes peeled for the jolly holy man in red. It's starting to bring Christmas early here.
Attention basketball fans, don't miss out on our upcoming academy camps this December and January at Hoops Capital East Ballpark. These camps are designed to provide intensive training sessions and skill development for young basketball enthusiasts. Sign up now at
Welcome back here to the Quaycentre. It's the Flames 46 leading the Perth Lynx 41. Ben Waterworth with you alongside Alice Kunek. We're watching Shanice Swain in some more good form from beyond the arc, but also defensively as well. Alice, she's been in good touch so far, the 12 points, but this ability to steal and fast break as well and score. She just looks so smooth across the floor all the time.
Yeah, she plays with so much time and space. She's able to read the defense. She assesses where they're at. She doesn't force things too much. And defensively, she's really smart in reading the plays. We saw there before, reading that steal off Allie Wilson. But she just plays with so much poise and confidence for someone her age. She's just going to keep growing and growing.
It's scary to think that Shanice Swain is only 21 years of age. She really is an awesome young player in this competition. You may notice today that players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. This band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. This season, the WNBL, its clubs, its athletes and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. For enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible. And when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia.
And I'm just going to go off the back of that, and I think it is such an incredible initiative by the WNBL, and I think awareness and education is a really big thing around that. Yep. And the more that we can get educated, the more we can get talking about this and helping victims and you know, educating people, I think it's going to go a long way there, Ben.
Big shout out to Alex Bunton as well, who's been a massive pioneer in this space in terms of raising awareness, particularly in the Aussie basketball community. Big shout out to Alex. So about to get underway here at the Quaycentre. It's a 46-41 lead in favour of the Sydney Flames. Great to have the company wherever you're watching. Kayla George has a game-high 16 points. She ticked over 5,000 career points in the WNBL during that first half. Soa, that's a tough shot, and she draws the foul and will head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and we know that Perth was probably not happy with that last game as we see Soa here. She just assesses if she's going to shoot the ball. She just gets Swain up, and Swain was a bit unlucky with that shot, but just put her hands down. But we know that they want to play out in transition and they want to shoot a lot of threes, and they only had the 66 points against Bendigo. Bendigo did a great job of defending the three-point line and making them take rush force shots, but we already see them at 42 at the half, and as it's counting, they want to get out and play in transition, shoot a lot of threes, and that's the type of game that Perth Lynx play. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, yeah, gone across the court there as Kayla George and Shanice Swain. So, ideal start here for Perth. They get 2 free throws through Soa, and then turnover. It's a tight call. Swain was coming forward. Gorman again. Lots of confidence putting up that shot. A good strong rebound from Roof on that occasion. Swain guides the ball into the front court here for the Flames. Great spread of scoring from Sydney so far. Clark for Taylor. Misses the three. Hasn't hit the ring, but still, ran out of time there in the end. Clark didn't get the shot off in time. And a shot clock violation. George was right underneath the ring. Just had lost sight of the shot clock. Ali Wilson from Maley in the corner. Can't get that one to go.
That's a nice shot by Maley, and she's shooting the three ball really well, and she's shooting with a lot more confidence. So if she can continue to keep shooting that three ball well, as we see Kayla George go down the other end and shoot it with confidence and range.
Big game from Kayla George, up to 19 points. She's feeling it. Soa goes over George, but not through the ring.
It's not just Kayla George's scoring, as we see here. It's her defense as well. She's able to stay vertical. She blocks shots. She gets out in transition. She rebounds so well for this team. She's just an all-round amazing player.
Wilson lobs it in here for Ami here, who had the mismatch there on Swain and made the most of it. Canadian able to add to her scoring. 49-45 lead here. George for three. And Clark with the long rebound. Taylor left wide open. That looked all right off the hand. And Ali Wilson, unfortunately, just couldn't quite control it and keep it in play. So a fresh 14 seconds here for the Flames to work with.
And Perth just got to lock down on the defensive end and block out. They're doing a pretty good job at defending the actions, but they've just got to finish the play and block out and get the rebound and then run in transition.
Knocked out of Roof's hands, and me here, able to get it safely into Gordon's hands. Now Maley works her way inside. That was great defense from Celeste Taylor. And Maley reaching in is called for the foul. Co-captain this year, sharing the captaincy duties with Amy Atwell.
Yeah, and she's just continued to go from strength to strength. She had that strong Olympic campaign, and she just keeps adding to her game. And she's such a great rebounder, but she's also a great offensive player. And she's just a great human as well.
Swain falling well short. Clark again involved. Taylor stepped inside the arc, couldn't get the mid-range two to drop. Another opportunity for Shanice Swain.
And Sydney relentless on the offensive boards, but Perth have just got to switch on. They've been lucky that they haven't converted on those possessions, but that's where they've got to be better as Kayla George knocks that one out of Amir Hayes' hand.
Yeah, can't give Kayla George a look like that at the defensive end. The quick hands to Taylor. She's playing some sort of game, Kayla George.
And Perth just look a little bit tired out of this halftime break in the third quarter, and rightly so. They might have heavy legs from that game against Bendigo. They've travelled across the country. But this is when they've really got to lock in and just do the simple things. Rebound the ball, strong defensive possessions, and then get out in transition.
George looking for a cut. Lobs it in. Beautiful pass for Taylor, but well read by Maley. And wins the ball back. Taylor argues her case. It was off the hands of the Lynx.
And you just can't slip when Kayla has the ball. She's such a great passer. She reads it so well. A lot of time when that player is cutting and they've got the trail on their back, she finds that player so well, and I was lucky to play with her in the off-season and be on the back end of a few of those passes.
Putting on a platter, Kayla George, she often is able to do that for her teammates. Grant Catasano, well read there, knocked it away from Wilson. Gorman fights, can't rip it away from Clark. Pittman fumbled, but George has time to pick up the mess. 10 to shoot here for Swain. George got free momentarily, cuts inside, puts it back out for Clark. This is great basketball from the Flames. Clark can't connect though.
Kayla George once again makes a great cut and just selfless pass. She could have easily gone up for that layup as Clark gets the steal there, but she made the selfless pass and passing it to Clark. Tongue-tied.
It is. Clark missed. What a battle this is turning out between Amihi and George, but no need for Amihi there as Gorman hits a deep three.
She's just so deadly out in transition. She has such a quick release, and when she's got her feet set, it's money for Steph Gorman.
A few turnovers at both ends of the floor start this quarter. Wilson for Amihi takes on three. And it's an offensive foul. Offensive foul on Amihi. That's her third.
I think she got a little bit unlucky on that offensive foul. There wasn't a lot of contact. But that's where she's just got to take a breath and just slow down in the transition. See that there was 3 defenders in front of her and there was someone open on the wing.
So that's her third offensive foul, and I think that's her 4th overall foul. So she takes a seat on the bench. She's clearly been the go-to in the post for the Lynx tonight. Morrell steps onto the floor. Swain wants George, gets George. She has 5 to shoot. Back out for Swain, falling short. Good defensive set there for the Lynx. Atwell, she steps onto the floor. Wilson steps back, falling short. Foul called off the ball. Ball going back to the Flames.
This is a really crucial time in the game for both teams here. Who can settle into this third quarter quicker? It's been up and down. There have been a few early shots, missed rebounds, But now if Sydney Flames can settle into their offense and play really good defense, they can extend this lead.
Coach Guy Malloy, screen, what a terrific member of the WNBL community he's been for many seasons. Kalia, George, Brown-Catasano finds a way inside, then kicks it outside. Gorman is called for the foul as Clark tried to drive baseline. First foul for Gorman. The Lynx are now one foul away from the bonus. Just under 4.5 to play in this third quarter. The Lynx have slowly clawed back the margin. Brown-Catasano sees an opening. Clark is called for the foul as she tried to rebound.
And Clark a little bit overzealous on that rebound. I love her effort and intensity, the way that she attacks every offensive rebound as we see her go in here. It's a great block out by Amy Atwell. But we see Perth playing a zone here, and that does give up the propensity for offensive rebounds to come in. So great job by Amy Atwell blocking them out, and they've got to stay true to that.
Catasano comes up, and we've got the pressers on here. Gorman able to get free.
And Perth are just hanging around. They're not playing pretty basketball right now, but they're just hanging around and they're staying in the game here.
Wilson for Waits. Can't get that one to go. Atwell trying an offensive rebound there, but well played by Clark. George for Kalia. Brown-Catasano thought about the open three. Kicks it out for Clark. Get that one to go. One of their better games for the season, Emma Clark. Atwell took on a couple, and George, those hands again involved. Won it back, and then Atwell is called for the foul.
He's on the Lynx, number 25, Amy Atwell, her second.
Second foul of the quarter for Atwell.
Unlucky for Amy Atwell there. We could see that she wanted to do the right thing in passing out to her teammate. She probably doesn't have her full rhythm in the game back. She has missed 5-6 weeks of basketball, so it might just take her a couple of weeks to go back to that usual rhythm she used to playing at, because we know that she's such a great lights out shooter and can attack the rim strong.
Emma Clark at the free throw line. She had 14 points in the win last weekend against Geelong United, including 3 of 5 from three-point territory in the double figures here again. Really warming into her season, warming into her role here at Sydney, as Alice said earlier on in the contest. Sola steps back onto the floor. Morrell sets the screen. Defense on song here from Sydney. 7 to shoot. Atwell backing down. Into the lane she goes. Gets the 2 and will head to the line to shoot an extra.
Great patience and poise by the Perth Lynx. Neil got that first on ball. Nothing came out of it. And then Amy was able to cut off that big and finish strong there. Great for her confidence.
Amy Atwell at the line, completes the three-point play. And the Lynx are back within 2. The press up here. Pittman works her way into the lane, out for Clark. She drives and misses, and Maley with a big rebound and draws the contact as well.
And Perth in that press back to a zone, they're just rushing the Sydney Flames offense. They're just making them take those rush looks, and that's where the Sydney Flames have got to have poise, get the point guard, get everyone in the right position, and then exploit the defense.
And I think that's what pundits want to see a bit more from Perth, is that growth defensively, because we know how good they are offensively. But when it gets to a grind like this is a great opportunity for the Lynx in this situation, Alice.
It is, and they have great defenders. They've got people who can defend the basketball. It's just about being willing to do so.
Morrell lobs it in for Atwell. She's going deep here again, and she's scoring again for the Lynx and levelling it up the scores.
And Amy Atwell has a mismatch on Brown-Catasano, so she's recognised the mismatch 2 play faces in a row, and that's where the Sydney Flames have got to help her out.
Brown-Catasano Inside for George. Loves a fadeaway. Can't get that one to go. And Maley sees off the Brancatisano rebound attempt there. Atwell again goes to work on Brancatisano. Kicks it out for Soa. Guarded closely here by Kalia. 10 to shoot for the Lynx. Maley had it taken away by Pittman.
Great hands by Pittman there to just read the play.
Showing in this game, Carla Pittman, why Guy Malloy's entrusting her so much. Brancatisano gets it up over Clint Choicard and gets the 2.
Doing it at both ends of the floor. She gets that possession, then she reads the defense. Isa does a nice backdoor cut. She's able to finish strong.
Oh, Kayla George, not in my house. Rejects it away, and Clark is rewarded with 2. What a play, Kayla George. What a player, Kayla George.
Kayla George just read that to perfection. She noticed that her defender was caught up in that screen. She was able to help. Easy 2 points for Emma Clark there.
Timeout called. A couple of buckets in a row for the Flames season have a 4-point lead. For a quick and easy weeknight dinner that the whole family will enjoy, pick up a family pack of Latina fresh pasta and sauce. Ready in minutes and so delicious, there won't be any complaints at the dinner table. Find Latina Fresh in the chilled pasta aisle near you.
Absolutely love the little bit of Italian you put on that one when you spoke about Latina Fresh there, Ben.
I know you've spent some time in Europe during your time, Alice. I did do Italian during high school.
So did I, and I think I know the numbers, and that's about it.
So Flames with a 4-point lead here. What have you seen from Perth in their ability to get back into the contest? They tried by as much as 11 during that second quarter, Alice. What have you seen that's impressed you that they've been able to claw the margin back here?
Well, they've just kept chipping away on the offensive end. Like I said earlier, they haven't done anything that's super pretty, but they've just exploited the mismatches. We saw Amy Atwell exploited the mismatch on Isa Brancatisano. Miela's gotten to the rim. They've kept attacking the rim and getting to the foul line. They know that their three-point shot hasn't really, it's working for them, but it hasn't been as efficient as possible. So they're trying other avenues. And I like the response back from the Flames. They were able to get 2 great defensive possessions in a row, run the floor in transition to get cheap, easy baskets. Now, how do they respond once again?
Ali Wilson checks back in. Gets around George. Inside for Morrell. Can't get the left hand to go, but that's a tough offensive rebound off the bench from Tage Morrell. Gives them a fresh 14, and Atwell draws the 2. And you can thank Tage Morrell's desperation off the glass for that.
Yeah, that's just where Shanice Swain's just got to keep her hands out on that possession. She didn't need to reach in for that. That's her second foul where she's just put her hands up. Just got to keep your hands out of that possession. She's too important to this team to be on the bench.
Missed the first 7 games of the season, Amy Atwell, after injuring her knee during a pre-season training session. Was hopeful it was only going to keep her out for a couple of games, but they've been really cautious in her comeback. Because you want her at the pointy end of the season.
Yeah, and the Perth Lynx have been firing. Amy's such an amazing player, but having Ali Wilson step into that lineup, she just slots seamlessly into this Perth Lynx lineup. As we see that high-low action once again from Pittman. She's totally exploited them at the high-low position.
She's a player. She's a serious player, Carla Pittman. She's showing it tonight against the Lynx.
Carla Pittman goes to the line. Looking to turn 23.
And generally, when you are in a zone defensively, the high post is often open. So great recognition by Carla Pittman to just slot into that high post action and then attack the rim.
So Flames hit back against the Perth Lynx challenge. Blocking foul called on Brancatisano.
Violence on Isa Brancatisano, her third.
Wilson will head to the free throw line with the Flames in the bonus.
She got a little bit unlucky.
I think she was stiff.
Is it Brancatisano? Yeah. Ali Wilson had that push off at the end, but there was a little bit of body contact before, and maybe that's when the ref called that foul from before.
Ali Wilson at the free throw line. Just the 48% free throw shooter this season. Maley gets the rebound and gets the two. Now, she broke real early there before the shot.
And Guy Malone not happy on the
and neither was the bench.
Rightly so.
So Maley gets the two. George at the other end responds with a missed shot. And foul is called on Pittman, and they're heading back to the line.
Unlucky foul by Carla Pittman. She did the right thing by kicking it out to George and then tried to go for that offensive rebound.
Here's that look of George missing. His Flames now in the bonus. See Emily Maley there having a smile. As White misses the two. Now here's that previous free throw. Maley moving early. Wilson hitting. Maley getting the two, and arms all over the place in the Sydney bench.
And rightly so, that they should be disappointed in that, because when it's such a close game like it is right now, that's a great find by Shanice Swain to Isabrand Catastano. But this game is so close and may come down to the wire. So it's possessions and plays like that can be really costly for a team.
Wilson at the other end can't hit the three, but well played by Waite. Read it well off the glass, gets the two. Back to a 4-point game in. You get the sense this is going to go down to the wire. It's been an arm wrestle all game. An offensive foul is called off the ball. Atwell hit the floor.
Foul is on number 7, Emma Clark, her third.
It was Clark. That contact there with Atwell, rather. He's looking the wide shot.
Yeah, Clark just unlucky there, but she just tried to run through her, and unfortunately you can't just run through a play, you have to step around, and then good job by Amy Atwell just holding her body there and staying strong in that possession.
And they get one after the stop. Atwell feeling it from the corner. Can't get that one to go. Maley aggressive over the top. She's called for the foul. Puts her hand up straight away as well. Carla Pittman took a hard hit here. With both teams in the bonus, it's been a tough contested quarter. Pittman will head to the charity strike.
If anything was going to slow both these teams down, it was going to be fouls.
Yeah.
So, they were playing at such a frenetic pace and shooting the ball early in the shot clock. So the fouls have really slowed the pace of this game down for everyone at home.
Just game number 8 in the WNBL for Carla Pittman. She's playing with experience beyond her years tonight.
She has, and she's been pivotal for this Sydney Flames team off the bench. She's provided great minutes, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end. She's rebounded, she's read the defense well and made great passes. So really promising sign for this Sydney Flames team.
64-58 at three-quarter time. Take a short break and have the final quarter on the other side of this. Welcome back to the Quaycentre. 1 quarter left in this arm wrestle between the Flames and the Lynx. Seen plenty of Flames players really step up tonight, including Carla Pittman, but Emma Clark is starting to really find her feet, Alice Kunak, in this Sydney Flames lineup, and we've seen her at both ends of the floor have a big impact for Guy Malloy's side tonight.
Yeah, Emma Clark is such a strong, athletic player. She's got a great frame and really good hands there. She's able to get out in transition. She shoots the 3-ball well. And what really helps her is just that effort, always relentless on the boards. And she is so strong. She's got that great frame like I spoke about. And her growth and evolution just over the time playing with Guy Malloy has really been great to see.
1 quarter to go. The Flames holding a 6-point advantage, but the Lynx are challenging. George feeds Swain. Into the lane goes Swain for 2.
And that's just too easy by the Perth Lynx. Swain is a great player getting down the lane, but someone's got to step up and stop her and make her make a tough pass.
Steph Gorman again shooting with confidence, missing. Swain pulls up. Wilson right on the case though. Stop the quick release 3. Swain kicks it out though, but straight to the arms of Gorman. And me here on the floor, stepping with 4 fouls on her to her name. Maley did well, gives him a fresh 14 seconds and an opportunity for Gorman to hit the triple.
And that's just great confidence. She missed the play phase before, but just able to get her feet set and knock down a great 3.
Last time she played Sydney, she hit 4 3-pointers. Having a big night again from beyond the arc. 8 to shoot here. Clark stolen by Maley.
Great hands by Annalie Maley there. She just read the play well.
Gorman again pulls up for the triple. Can't get it to go. The Lynx sensing an opportunity here.
And right now, the Sydney Flames need to treat Gorman like an Amy Atwell. You can't give her those easy early looks as Kayla George lets them fly. They've just got to realise the moment and realise that she's shooting it every time she's touching it. And she's a lights-out shooter.
Inside for Brancatisano. Comes off the feet. Oh, hoping for the 1-2 play there. Brancatisano and Kayla George. Big game from Kayla George. If you're joining us late, became just the 4th player in WNBL history to hit 5,000 career points tonight. And wants more points and gets more points on this occasion.
She's so deadly. She shoots the 3-ball so well, so you have to close out to her. And she's got that great touch in that perimeter as well.
Wilson. Clinch Hoycard pulls the trigger.
Now, she's been quiet for the Perth Lynx. She didn't play a lot of minutes in the game against Bendigo, and she hasn't seen a lot of game time today, but we know she can still be so deadly, so they really have to treat her like a lights-out shooter because she can get going early.
Swain took on Ami here, and then a foul is called on the Flames.
He's on the Flames, number 13, Kayla George, her first. Team's first.
First foul of this 4th quarter. Reminder that Ami here has the 4 fouls for Perth. Maley hits the 3, much needed, and she's pumped as well.
That's a timely 3 by Annalie Maley. She hasn't shot many shots this game. It hasn't really gone into her hands, but that's a great knockdown 3-point. She was pumped for it.
Guarded her closely on offense tonight, the Flames. She gets a 3 at a good time. Swain steps back. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
How is she only 21 years old?
That is a huge 3 by Shanice Swain.
What a star. In the meantime, the C's parted for Clinch Hoycard. Couldn't get it to go. Maley got it back. Wilson misses the 3. Maley back for Wilson. Another attempt. Can't get it to go. Ami here, offensive rebound. Tough, gritty, determined. Draws the contact. We'll head to the line and we can take a breath.
That's 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession by the Perth Lynx. I can't imagine Guy Malloy would be too happy on the sideline there. We know how good a rebounders they are. They get after everything. As we see the Shanice Swain shot, she just sizes up the defense, able to get that nice right to left step back. But down the other end, Annalie Maley on the offensive glass, just amazing there, and just telling her to shoot the ball. And Mihai staying in play.
All stand by. Foul before the shot.
Oh, there you are. So the foul was before the shot. So I think everyone was a bit confused there.
Foul leaves in the flames number 4, Carla Pittman.
So Pittman called for the foul. So that's another foul. And this time Perth, Ursula's been called. Malloy's arms were up.
Just seems a be a bit of heat in this game now.
Me here, the foul is on her. And I think that might be her done for the day. That was Pittman who took the contact. And Ami here takes a seat. That's her 5th foul of the night, and she's done.
And that's where she's just got to stay in the game for this Perth Lynx lineup. She's so valuable for this team. She's such a big inside presence and kind of the only inside presence they really have. So that's tough for her to be fouled out right now.
So Morel steps back onto the floor, as does Atwell. Brancatisano, Izza! All net! And it's back out to a 10-point lead for the Flames. Momentum has changed big time. Morel, threw it away. Wilson was wide open underneath the rack. And an opportunity goes begging for the Lynx. Can they make them pay at the other end here, Sydney? Kayla George, what a game she's played.
Great pass by Michaela Ruth there.
George recognises the pass from Ruth. A monster night for Kayla George in more ways than one. And it's now at the 13 points. Everything has to go right for Perth now as Maley works hard and lays it in off the left hand. An 11-point differential. George for Pittman, for Ruth. Atwell hit the deck. Pittman, eyes light up, misses. Brancatisano then missed the reverse. Players turn their back and Atwell grabs it. Maley loses it. Ruth gets it back.
And this is where we are seeing some tired legs and some decision making here by the Perth Lynx. They're on the back end of a second game for the weekend. As Swain just comes off the pick and roll. But this is where we are seeing the tiredness come into play, and rightly so. They played a really tough game against the Bendigo Spirit. They've flown, huge travel from Perth, and they've been playing an up-tempo game.
Morel hoping for Wilson. Again, doesn't come off. Good hands in there from Brancatisano. Bench pumped, and rightly so. Brancatisano again with some important minutes. Atwell. Finchoy card. Wilson lost it. You're right. There does seem to be a lot of fatigue out there from the Perth Lynx at the moment.
A lot of fatigue, but also great hands by the Sydney Flames. They had 4 players there just getting in on that possession, as we see Swain just nearly keep possession of the ball, but they still gain a possession there. Everyone was digging in. They know how good a penetrator Ali Wilson is. She can get downhill so quickly. But just that little tip of the ball, she was able to deflect the pass.
Shanice Swain got a stunning play or two left in her. As we tick towards full time here. Brancatisano for George. Steps back with clinch card in her face. She cannot miss tonight.
Wow.
She's putting on a masterclass across the whole court tonight. Kayla George. There she is, getting the big defensive rebound. Puts Amy Atwell on the floor as well. Kayla George continuing her stunning form.
And what made that possession even more difficult for Kayla George, she was actually standing on the 2-point line and stepped back to the 3. So that makes that shot of difficulty even higher.
And she's got more left in her. Maybe took a bit of license with that attempt.
If that went down, that would have been a 20-point game for the Sydney Flames, and they've just chipped away all game. They would have known that the Perth Lynx are going to get tired. They've chipped away. They've upped their defense. They've pressured them.
Soa misses the three. Foul is called on the Lynx. Annalie Maley not too pleased with the call.
That's where Annalie Maley just needs to be a little bit careful. She is such a good rebounder, but when she goes over the top of people like that, she can get fouls like that. So it's just staying up vertical.
It's surprising to see is a Branca Desano at the bottom of that little contest there, hitting the floor. She's a tough player. It's been on display tonight. Here she is with the Sporting.
She's the type of player that you want on your team. She
Yep.
does all the little things. Unfortunately, turning the ball away there, but she makes the extra pass. She plays great defense. She's always hustling after possessions.
Just grabbing at that right foot there, Amy Atwell. She copped some contact from Kayla George, who was very apologetic afterwards. But not good signs here. Let's have a look on replay.
Oh, that was painful.
Nasty roll of the ankle from Amy Atwell. She will receive some attention here. Gets a round of applause. That's the last thing that the Perth Lynx wanted, though. Amy Atwell missed 7 games with a knee injury. In her second game back, rolls the ankle. We hope for the best for her, that it's not too serious. That'll be assessed. In the meantime, the timeout is called here at the Quaycentre. The Flames 3-66. Foot Locker celebrating 50 years of sneakers. Celebrate 50 years in the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. And all Perth Lynx players, coaching staff, fans would have their fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious for Amy Atwell. There she is on screen just now. As it has been a luckless start to the season for her. You can see her trying to get back to her feet and testing it out.
Yeah, and Amy's such a competitor, and she's so strong and gritty. So hopefully she'll be okay. We see her smiling there before, but you know, it may just be in the moment of this game. They are down by nearly 20 points. Maybe you just rest her. Don't put her back in the possession or the play and you know, potentially injure that foot or that knee any more than you need to. Maybe that's just realizing the moment, which it looks like they have, and let the rest of the team finish out this one.
She just sort of slammed her hand into her thigh just then out of frustration. There's that roll on that right foot just before.
Yeah, and it can be really frustrating as a player. You have one injury and then it just snowballs effect to another injury, and I sure know what that feels like the last year, and sometimes you just kind of want to catch a break. So we hope that Amy is okay, and I'm sure she will be. She's so tough. But yeah, it's great to see her back out on the floor.
So Kayla George adds another point to her tally off the free throw there.
Nothing easy, Sydney. Get it loud right here, shut it down.
84-66 lead here for the Flames. What a game they've played. They had that big win over Geelong United last week. Soa misses, and Maley brings down the rebound. No foul called. Knocked out of her hands by Shanice Swain, but it might have been a bigger win against Geelong United last Sunday, but to knock off the second place team, albeit off a short break for the Perth Lynx, but this has been a really impressive performance from the Flames tonight, Alice.
It has been a really impressive performance, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. They've had everyone digging in, getting hands to possessions. They've had everyone crashing the offense and the defensive glass. That's obviously been something they've really emphasised during the week, to get on the glass. And we know it is some really short turnarounds for some teams, and the Perth Lynx are on the back end of that. I understand how that feels after this last week, but that's when you've really got to just prioritise your recovery, and that's when home wins become so important for you as a team, to just really take care of that home court advantage, exactly like Sydney Flames have done.
And few have a stronger home court advantage like the Perth Lynx do. They play their home floor so well at the Bendat Basketball Centre. Maley, aggressive inside. That's Annalie Maley at her best there.
Yeah, and she's so tough on that right hand. She just attacks Michaela Roof's foot, and Michaela Roof's been really quiet in this game, but they've just had so many other scorers that she hasn't really needed to score. And we look at Perth as Kayla. There we go, Roof again on the glass. Perth are still at that 68 points. You know, we know they can average nearly 90 points per game. So huge credit to the Sydney Flames who were able to keep them to a low-scoring game.
Ruth put it up. Pittman got the offensive rebound as the shot clock ticked down. The fresh 14 seconds for Sydney to work with. 2 minutes on the game clock. Swain goes to work. He had a bit too much love off the glass there. Maley takes on the Sydney Flames defense and draws the foul.
24 is Quaycentre, her third.
He has played with a little bit more aggression on offense as this quarter has ticked down. Annalie Maley.
I think Izzy got a little bit unlucky on that foul there. She actually got all ball and then kept her hands out, but the ref saw what the ref saw as Maley misses that first free throw.
Loving,
can't argue.
Loving living in Perth. Annalie Maley loves the short walk to the beach in particular. Seen her play some terrific basketball. Thrive as a leader in the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, and Perth is such an amazing place to play. I was super fortunate to play at the Perth Lynx, and they're a really great organisation, run really well. And just the Perth beaches, they're just a stunning place to be. And you can see Maley's thriving in that environment.
George gets the unlucky roll. Tough from Ruth. Big offensive rebound. Deserved points after that. Pittman can't keep it in. Goes out of bounds with only 3 seconds left in this contest.
For number 3, everybody,
And McClark checks back in.
glass all game long.
This is Tage Morrell for the Perth Lynx.
And what I've loved about the Sydney Flames is they're just aggression on the offensive glass. They're getting after absolutely everything as Kayla George nearly gets one there. They're not giving up on any possessions. They're just really fighting every single possession, and they're just, it's really great to watch.
24 is Quaycentre.
Is it got unlucky on another foul there?
Put your hands together for.
Well, she's fouled out now. Is it Brian Catasano? In the meantime, Alira Fotu is at the free throw line. Hasn't scored in the WNBL. There's her first points.
Congratulations for the young one getting her first points. I'm sure first of many in her career.
Just 17 years of age. She misses the second attempt. You're right, first of many in a sense. Great dual sport athlete. As Soa worked her way inside and travelled.
And the Sydney Flames have done a really good job at keeping Soa quiet, especially in this second half. She had that first two, unlucky there.
Again, the
That's the second time they've done that, the Flames, and in tight games they can be really costly, but Soa had that first 2 points early in the third quarter, but the Sydney Flames have done a really great job of keeping her quiet and just paying attention to the scout.
Morrell lost control. Pittman got it back. And again, Pittman and Swain unable to link up in the middle of the court. A couple of big moments, Shanice Swain, in this contest, but it has been a real team-orientated performance from the Flames. They've had contributors everywhere else.
Yeah, they have. They've moved the ball really efficiently and effectively, and they've shot the ball with confidence. But I think that really comes out of their offense, the way that they've spaced the floor really well. They've had Kayla George in that point forward role. Yep. We know how good a passer she is, but also a great scorer. So having someone like the likes of Kayla George who can, you know, pass the ball at that point, and then have players like Swain to get aggressive, Carla Pittman. They've just had a great range of scorers as we see Soa going for that three.
Actually, too little too late for the Lynx. Arm came out there from Kalia as Pittman kicks it out for Clark. Can't hit the three. Kalia with an easy offensive rebound. Can't get the left-hand hook to go. Morrell brings down the rebound and just hangs onto it. 13-second differential between game clock and shot clock as we tick towards full time. Morrell hits the floor. Soa loses control. And the Flames can almost have the final say of the game. 84-72 lead for the Sydney Flames. They really have blown this game wide open in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we knew that the Perth Lynx were going to get tired as we see Swain think she was going to get fouled there, but we knew that they were going to get tired. It's a really tough road trip that they've had as Soa goes for another 3 and lets that one fly. You just can't leave her. But full credit to the Sydney Flames. They've played a really great game of basketball. They've had even scorers and they've played really good defense.
Kalia puts the cherry on top with the left-hand finish, and that is the most impressive win of the Sydney Flames' season so far. They've taken down the second-placed Perth Lynx. There might be an and one coming, or is there 0.2 of a second left? There is. Time rolls out. The Flames win 86-75. Kayla George with a monster night, a historic night for her, joining the 5,000-point club in the WNBL. And she led her team superbly, 86-75 victory in the end. Alice Kunek and showing why they could be a real big force to reckon with, the Sydney Flames, if it clicks for them.
Yeah, they are. And we look at Kayla George shooting the ball confidently in transition there. We spoke about her in that point forward role, and she's able to read the play so well, as we see Gorman knock down a 3. But it was a high 3-point affair there as Gorman knocks down another 3 on the replay there. But full credit to the Perth Lynx. They were able to stay close with them for the majority of the game, but I think probably tired legs and a few, possessions that they'd want to get back at the end may have got the Sydney Flames over the line, as we see Kayla step back for another 3. But she was amazing on the offensive end, on the defensive end. She was such a great leader. She shows that poise and leadership for her team out there, Ben.
Yeah, another big night for Kayla George, and she gets some big hugs from Emma Clark as well. Let's have a look back at some of her best moments from the game. And it really did feel like a complete Kayla George performance, because sometimes she can just have a monster night off the glass, or a monster night bringing her teammates into the game, or shooting, or defensively. But it felt like we saw the best of Kayla in all facets of her game tonight.
Yeah, she just keeps improving week in, week out, which is crazy to say it at her experience and age. But she's just an all-round great player, and she's so smart. She reads the defense as we see her on that block. And I think it's so great that the Sydney Flames are playing through her in that. I speak about that point forward role, because she is such a good passer. She's tall, she's long, so she sees over the defenders. But at the same time, she can score and she can get to the rim as well. So, full credit to Kayla. She played an amazing game tonight.
And that's a great combination on screen there. Kayla George and Michaela Roof, they're going to be integral as the Flames push towards finals this year. So let's have a look at the round so far and the games to come in round 6 of the Signet WNBL. And we've got one game to come. Geelong United up against Adelaide. Adelaide Lightning in Victoria for this weekend. And they'll be hoping to make 2 wins on the trot. There'll be a big chance there against Geelong United at Geelong Arena tomorrow. But here at the Quaycentre, it was the Sydney Flames with a big 86-75 win over the Perth Lynx. Alice, rest up, enjoy some days off between games, and good luck on Wednesday night.
Thank you so much, Ben. It was great calling with you.
Alice Kunek joining me in the commentary box tonight for this game between the Flames and the Lynx. On behalf of Alice and our entire hard-working team behind the scenes, this is Ben Waterworth signing off from the Quaycentre, where the Flames won a second on the trot and showed that they could be a big force to reckon with in the WNBL this season. Good night.